The Bible. Judges. These are persons who became the trivial leaders of Israel. Israel is at war with all the neighbors, the Canaanites, the Midianites, the Moabites, Ammonites, and Philistines. The book of Judges describes cycles of oppression, repentance, and deliverance through their leadership. It was a tragic period for Israel, roughly from 1150 to 1025. Then the Israelites picked a king called Saul to lead them. After King Saul came David, who took the throne from Saul, and he became a great king. At the same time, he is considered the real founder of both Israel and the Jewish faith. For centuries this chronology has been adopted as true, but archaeologists have, for 400 years, tried to prove the events of the Bible, and we can talk, for example, Noah's Ark. If there really was a flood, there would have to be geological records or other records, but we have never, despite some people showing pictures of sites, found scientific evidence of that event ever taking place. We have never found evidence of the Garden of Eden neither. We have no evidence neither that Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, or Moses ever existed. The Egyptians don't have records of a group of approximately 1 million people were ever in Egypt, 10 plagues, that many Israelites left Egypt in masses, the parting of the Red Sea, that they were lost in the desert for 40 years, Joshua, the Judges. We have nothing that can prove that all these things and people existed. Not until we come to David that we start see documentation and archaeological evidence. Before David we don't have anything. The Bible considers David as a poet king, and modern scholars also consider God Yah as a poet God. He is a God that speaks, and by speaking he creates. Let there be light, and there was light. The Bible is also full of covenants with conditions, as is the case of Noah, Abraham, Moses, and David. But with David the covenant is different because the Davidic covenant doesn't have conditions. God says, I Yahweh promise you, David and your descendants, that you will forever rule Israel, the house of David. This marks the end of biblical history. Jewish seriousness about literacy flows directly from the belief that words are holy, creative, and world-shaping. Therefore, we have Jewish contributions to philosophy, science, and literature across the medieval and modern world. The Jewish faith is the first faith that focuses on literacy creation. After the Bronze Age collapsed, the land of Canaan was in complete chaos. There were different groups. You had the nomads, the hill people, refugees from cities of Canaan whose cities have been destroyed, Egyptians, priests, and mercenaries. You also have sea people like the Greeks, so you have a mosaic of people together in competition with other groups like the Philistines. And now the challenge was to create a national identity out of all these different kind of people. How they all did that? Well, with the Bible. Every